welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. Today I have a tag, and the tag is if you can only keep one. The concept of the tag is basically if you could only keep one thing from each category of your collection, what would that be? And this was started by Kelly Gooch, and I'll link her channel and video down below. But I was actually tagged by someone. I was tagged by Too Much Tosh to do this tag. How many times can I say tag? To do this tag, and I just want to say thank you so much, Natasha, because this is my first time ever being tagged in anything, which is really exciting. Yeah, I'm just really excited and thankful for you tagging me, so thank you very much. Okay, so the first category is primer. I don't have anything, I actually don't really have a strong opinion about a particular primer. I think if I had to choose, I would choose a Smashbox primer. I like the pore minimizing one, but again, I'm not like desperately sold on that particular primer, so I've kind of been jumping around and trying primers, trying to figure out what I actually like, and I don't know yet. So yeah, that one's kind of open. Next would be foundation, and I don't have this on me at the moment, but the Double Wear Estee Lauder foundation, again, I haven't found a foundation that I am extremely sold on. I also like the It Cosmetics CC cream, but with that, because the coloring is not completely correct, I have to mix it with the Cover FX, and so that's two, so I definitely couldn't do it. I couldn't use that. But yeah, the Double Wear would be the one that I have repurchased over and over again, and each time I've been really happy with what it gives me. For powder, I have the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder, Loose Setting Powder. I actually just now repurchased it like a couple days ago. It's not even open yet, still has a sticker. I really like this. It gives you a satin finish. I wouldn't say matte. If you really need a really matte, if you get really oily through the day, I don't know if you'll like this. But for me, I like it. I do think it's really pretty. Okay, so for bronzer, again, I don't really have anything that I'm really sold on. I do like the Chocolate Soleil, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Again, though, I'm not like, I don't know, I haven't used it as much to be able to like really say if this is the one that I would want to keep. So yeah, a little undecided on that one. And then my other one, and then for contour, I have this little contour palette by Smashbox, and I think this is just like the light version. Clearly I like it. I use this contour every day, but I use it very lightly. There's a massive dip in it, and there's still no pan. Obviously I use the highlight shade a lot. I guess because it's a palette, I could say that this bronzer I would use, but this bronzer is actually a little orange on me. Just a little bit too much for my liking. But yeah, I do really like this contour shade in there. The next is blush. Again, I'm not super sold on a blush yet, mainly because the last couple of years I've basically just been sticking to my MAC blush that I'm trying to pan, and I haven't really even tried to play, because blush is one of those things that I enjoy and I like the effect that it gives, but it's not something that I necessarily like play with. Like an eyeshadow or a lipstick, if that makes any sense. Okay, so the next category is highlight, and again, I don't have this with me. It's the MAC's Soft and Gentle highlighter. I had this a while ago, and I actually was using it before I really even knew what the highlight was and what it was for. That might sound really strange, but like I had gone into MAC and they kind of sold me on it and said, oh, you put it right here, and I was like, okay. And I just did it, and I was using it, and I liked the effect, but I didn't really know what it was for, as weird as that sounds. So I had used it all up. And then once I had figured out what highlight was, that's kind of when I started getting into like my YouTube days of actually like looking at YouTube, actually like watching YouTube, and and downhill from there. No. But that's when I started like going out and getting different highlights to try, and that's basically when everything exploded. So I haven't repurchased it. Okay, brows. My brow pencil, because I am splitting this into two categories. My brow pencil I would definitely use the Brow Wiz Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in taupe. That's my perfect shade, and I like how thin it is. I don't like how thin it is because you go through it really quick, but I like how thin it is because I can get really precise. And then also the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I desperately need something like this. It just makes my hairs stay in place. So I mean, I guess that's technically two, but they're doing different things. They're different products, right? Oh, I also almost forgot concealer. I like the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. I like it for under my eyes. I need a different color. This is in Y21. I need a different color for my blemishes because this is very brightening. But I think it does a really, really great job. I just repurchased this. And yeah, I really like this. Okay, you guys. The next categories. These are like where I play. This would be like the lip categories and the eyeshadow categories. Now, I am not going to pick one eyeshadow because I don't ever use a one eyeshadow look. I'll pick one palette. And the palette I picked, and this was really hard because panning my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, the Modern Renaissance, I've realized how not easy you can get bored, but yeah, using one is actually really hard. And so I didn't really want to I was thinking about picking my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette because there's so many shades in it. I mean, it's 35 shades, so I mean, like, obviously that would be great. But it pulls very warm. There are a few cool tone pops of color, but those are also very bright. So I don't know how many just neutral looks you can get out of it. And I think I need a neutral palette. So the palette I picked is the Urban Decay Naked palette. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people think it's so basic, but basic is okay, especially if it's the only palette that you could use. I don't know. I mean, I definitely want more, but if I could pick like one neutral, one warm tone and one cool tone palette, it might change a little bit, but because this is a neutral palette and it pulls some cool, some warm, there's a little variety in here. So yeah, this is what I picked. And then for lips, I just did one lipstick. I didn't want to go ahead, I didn't want to do like, I didn't want to do a liquid lipstick and a lip liner and a lip gloss. I mean, I'm sure I could, but again, I don't really feel super strongly about one particular shade or formula. I mean, I really like the ColourPop matte liquid lipstick, so I guess I could choose that, but again, there's not like a shade that I absolutely adore. And then lip pencils, I think I've mentioned in a couple videos that I really like the MAC Pro Longwear lip pencils. So, but again, I don't know about a certain shade. But for lipstick, I do have my MAC, let's see, Cream Sheen MAC Cream Cut in the Cream Sheen formula. And I chose this one because I actually used this all up and then I went and I turned it in for Back to MAC, obviously along with other things. And when I went to go pick out a new lipstick, at that point I wasn't like didn't know all the names of all the products that I was using. I just kind of picked it up willy-nilly. And I actually re-picked this out by accident, not really realizing it was the same shade, but I mean, that goes to show you that I really do like this shade, and it is really pretty. It's just a pinky nude, and because it's the Cream Sheen formula, it's a creamy formula. It's not super drying, it's very comfortable. Okay, also, I almost forgot. That's why I wrote it down, because I knew I was going to forget. Liner, I really like the Stila liquid liner, the felt tip. That's the only one that really stands out to me. Everything else, I don't know. And then mascara, I don't have a favorite mascara. I have a few in mind that I like, but there's nothing that I'm absolutely sold on. I really like to play around. And then setting spray. This is really becoming a MAC video. But setting spray, I do like to rotate between the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray and then the MAC Fix Plus setting spray. If I had to pick one, it would be the MacFix Plus. I think it's just really nice and it's very multifunctional in my opinion. Alright you guys, that's the video. I think I got all the categories. I'm sure I forgot something. But I'm going to link down below who I am tagging. Also, the people who I picked to tag are people who I obviously watch, but that I saw neither Kelly Gooch or Too Much Tosh had already tagged. Like some of the people they had already tagged, so I wasn't even like not gonna bother, but you know, I was like, okay, they got you covered. And then obviously if you are watching this and you want to do it, please do. That would be amazing. But you guys, thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what you guys would pick for if you could only keep one item in each category. I would love to know. Thank you guys again and have a good day. Bye.